Welcome, Bud Martin, Artistic Director of the Delaware Theatre Company, and Matt Silva, the new Executive Director. So this is kind of like Batman and Robin switching roles right now. What's going on there?
Well, um, I'm getting up there, and after 10 years, I just felt like these young guys have so much more intelligence and stamina that I do. It's like time to sort of hand them the reins. But no, Matt and I have worked together we've known each other for a long time. When he was in grad school at Villanova, we worked together a little bit on a show when I was at Act Two Playhouse, and when I came here, I recommended him for a job on a touring company that I wasn't going to take. And about 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago, when I really was looking for some help, I had hoped that if he were to join us, that he could be my successor. And he's exceeded my expectations, exceeded my abilities too, I think, quite frankly. And he's half my age, so he's got twice the energy.
How about it, Robin? What's your point of view?
It's very similar. Bud's been an incredible supporter of my work and abilities, and mentor as well in terms of even before I got the Delaware Theatre Company, in terms of showing me the ropes and being patient, and sharing his years of experience and wisdom with me. And it's been a great blessing, and I feel really well prepared to take on the role and to keep the theater company afloat that he's put blood, sweat, and tears into for the past 10 years. And we're only as good as those that come before us. So I'm really excited, but also really, really grateful.
Talk about the diversity of theater that you've presented there, new works, older works. It's really been remarkable. Do you want to launch into what's going to be up on the board soon if everyone is well and healthy?
Well, I'll say that a number of years ago, I was a Tony voter for about 10 years, so I saw every show on Broadway. And one of the show that I felt was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, and I left the theater with my side sore from laughing, was One Man, Two Governors. And it really introduced the American audience to James Corden. He played the leading role in London, where it started, and played the same role on Broadway, and it was really quite something. And I was determined to do it one of these days. And then I thought, if this was my last season as artistic director, I better do it before I can't. So it's a great farce. It's probably the largest non-musical that we've done in terms of physical production. It's a big cast. We have 11 people in the cast. We have about 6 different scenes that change. So there's a lot of scenery, both in the air and on the ground. And it's been a lot of fun. It's based on an old show, a Commedia dell'arte play. So I brought in a guy who Matt actually recommended, a guy from Westchester who's got a lot of background in Commedia and the kind of movement that takes. Plus, he's also very good on the physical comedy side and the fight side as a fight and safety director for those things. So we've been working hand in hand. And like I said, I wanted to go out with a bang, but I think it's a bang, a smash, a crash, a punch, a door slam. It's got it all. So
You guys have really done so much to stretch that stage. When I think of even the last 2 years, what I've seen at the theater company, not only, enriching everybody's artistic experience, but what you've managed to fit on that stage. Matt, do you intend to continue? I know you have the Man of La Mancha coming, which is I haven't seen a revival of that for a long time. But how do you intend to keep stretching the stage?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great question, Sharon, and that's absolutely the intention, because I think what could happen coming out of the pandemic is that a lot of theaters can pick 1 and 2 person shows with smaller sets and easier to manage and less risk. But what we've learned is people aren't coming off the couch for that. And so it's been really important to Bud and I, as we've come back in the past 2 seasons, and certainly moving forward, that we are producing shows that people can get excited about. We're producing shows that people either know, or if they don't know, we can tell them, hey, this is big and exciting and new. So that production quality is something that has to stay and will stay, and is definitely a huge priority for us moving forward.
You've taken a lot of risks, Bud, artistic risks, and I would say that they have all paid off. You've stretched the experience for our community. And are we going to see you maybe performing once in a while?
Oh,
in a
I don't know
show?
about I don't know about the performing. I think that was a sort of a one-off, but I don't live far away, and I'm not planning on putting my feet up and watching TV, maybe for a week, but not after that. So for the right show and the right opportunity, I will be happy to come back and direct every once in a while. So as long as Matt will have me, but I tell you, the picking show, Sharon, has always been for me, the most challenging, because we can't afford to be wrong. And I
So
learned
true. So true.
a lot of our audience really wanted the deep, serious drama, and liked the opportunity of being able to see new works that they couldn't see in other places. So I think we want to keep that. But we also need to keep the audience that just wants to come and have a good time and be entertained and hear music or laugh or whatever. So we try to keep a good balance of those kinds of programs.
And that's so important, especially during these pandemic times. People do need to be cheered once in a while. What do you have up your sleeve, Matt? And then I'll let you guys get back to rehearsal.
Bud and I have been partnering and actively programming for next season. So we can't share too much right now, but we're planning on an announcement around March 1st. You're very you can almost get me to talk there, Sharon, but not this time. But yeah, so we have a wide array of things we're looking at for next season. We're really starting to narrow that focus down, but it's assured to be a lot of really fun stuff. And I'm sorry I can't give you any more insider information right now before contracts are signed and schedules are set. But we absolutely plan on continuing the tradition that Bud has developed over the past 10 years in terms of looking at new plays, new musicals, musicals that may have a life in New York after they're here in Delaware, and also some work that is just really exciting and fun, and like you said, sort of stretches the stage and gives people an opportunity to see something really big and swell.
It really did, but that's one of my favorite things you did, is try out these new musicals, like the Petula Clark. I thought was wonderful. Well, okay, I know the theater calls and you must get back to your rehearsal. Thank you so much for making the time, and I promise I'll check back. I'm not going to let either of you go. The Delaware Theatre Company is truly a jewel for our state, and we'll see you in the theater.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon. Take care.